It's senior night at the Fairmont Fieldhouse tonight as the Polar Bears hope to remain undefeated, taking on the Elkins Tigers. Hi, I'm Jeff Carpenter, ready to bring you the story tonight. As the Polar Bears and the Tigers meet, Fairmont comes into the game with a record of 13-0. Elkins is 3-10 overall. In the conference, the Polar Bears are 11-0, and Elkins is 1-7. These two teams, longtime rivals, the Polar Bears have won 4 in a row against the Tigers. The last time Elkins beat Fairmont was back in 2020, January 15th. But the last time the Tigers have beaten the Fairmont Polar Bears on this court, 2005. So Fairmont has a long winning streak playing at home, and the Tigers hope to snap that one tonight, pull off the big upset against the Fairmont Polar Bears. It's senior night, seniors being recognized now, and when we come back, it'll be time to check the starting lineups and more as the pregame show continues. It's Fairmont Senior and Elkins tonight from Fairmont on Fun 93.1. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Number 2, but number 1 in our hearts, Andre Grant. He's giving us his grandmother, Daphne Brown, is at the Toyota name, and it's not what Sean posted. He said 2 times, he wants to win state champ, 22 and 23. First team all-state selection, 23. All-tournament team selection, also 23. And the defensive player of the year in 2022. His plans are undecided, but he will major in business and sports management with a minor in communication. Number 2, Andre Grant. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have left to right, my left to your right. Number 3, Caleb Parker. Number 2, Andre Grant. And number 4, Sophia Scott. Please give your official stop. We have a real important announcement for somebody has a gold color Chevrolet license plate number 48 George 120. You are the one. You're going to get this.
Okay. It's the Polar Bears at home tonight against the Elkins Tigers, and we have just completed the senior night ceremony recognizing Zykeas Dobbs, Andre Grant, and Kalen Barker, the only 3 seniors on the Polar Bear basketball team. I had a chance to check in with Elkins coach Emmett Rayfield before the game, get an update and a scouting report on this Elkins team tonight.
I'd say, the positives and things that are going well, the group plays extremely hard every game. We never have to question or talk about, our effort or our energy or anything like that. They're very coachable. We're continuing to get better. We're seeing progress. The record probably doesn't indicate that right now. But we feel like we're making, like I said, some good strides, good progress. We're having some problems scoring right now, scoring the basketball, in different ways. One is just, being efficient enough to put the ball in the basket. Last game out, we really struggled with some turnovers, some live ball turnovers that led to some easy baskets for Bridgeport. So we're just trying to correct some things offensively. Defensively, we've held most of our opponents below 50 points this year. So we're pretty happy with that. And like I said, just trying to improve in the area of scoring and finding where we're at and just finding a little bit of identity of who's going to score for us and getting some consistency as far as that goes.
You're playing a Polar Bear team that really prides itself in defense, and I guess if you're having some offensive issue, that's a little bit of a concern.
It is. Just trying to generate points in, whether that's in transition or on the offensive glass or just even in the half court, just trying to find a way to do that. So, it's going to be a big test, like you said, for us, facing, whether it's in the half court pressure, full court pressure, and, being able to take care of the ball and giving ourselves an opportunity to get some easy baskets.
That's Emmett Rayfield, the head coach of the Elkins Tigers. His team, 3 wins, 10 losses this season. And, of course, these two teams played in the state high school basketball tournament last season. So they played when it was all on the line last spring. Let's take a look at the starters for the Tigers. It'll be Griffin Boggs, a senior, 6'4", 170 pounds, along with Dylan Heinzman, a junior, at 6'3", 160. Levi Wantless will be the point guard, 5'11", 170 junior. Inside Brock Holland and P.J. Lauck. Holland at 6'4", Lauck at 6'5". And now the starting lineups for the Polar Bears. Darrell Claybrook is a sophomore, 6 feet tall, 160 pounds, coming off a really good game last time out here at home. Andre Grant, a senior, 6 feet, 177 pounds, and Grant averages 14 points a game. Jules Butler played maybe his best game of the season last time out, a sophomore, 5'11", 160. Trey Cumberledge is a junior, 6'3", 185. He's really been playing well offensively, averages 12 points and 7 rebounds a game. And Zykeus Dobbs, he's a 6'4", 200-pound senior, averages 25 points a game, averages 9 rebounds a game. And if things go the way they're expected to, by the time the season ends, he will be Fairmont Senior's all-time leading scorer. The officials tonight: Eric Allen, Paul Ayers, and Colin Patonic. Jumping center for the Polar Bears in the white uniforms, Zykeus Dobbs, and it'll be Brock Holland going up for Elkins. The Polar Bears have the tip, and Fairmont controls the basketball. Dobbs gets it in the right corner. Back outside it comes now to Butler. Butler right wing to Grant. Back to Butler. Butler bounces it on the left wing to Dobbs. Deep left corner, Grant goes down the baseline. Back to Dobbs on the wing. Dobbs penetrates back to Butler. He's open for a 3. It's off the front of the rim. Dobbs gets the rebound in the lane. Dobbs turns, leans in, then passes out left corner. Grant for a 3-point shot. It's no good. And the rebound controlled by the Tigers. Up court it comes to Holland. Down in the right corner. 3-point shot put up, no good. Rebound controlled by the Polar Bears. Claybrook into the front court to Butler. Racing into the right corner. Butler gets it back outside to Dobbs. On the left wing to Grant. Drives through the lane all the way for the basket. Misses the shot, and the rebound controlled by the Tigers. And Lauck comes out of there with it for Elkins. Into the front court now is the Tigers' Griffin Boggs, and the pass goes out of bounds to the Polar Bears under the basket, so Fairmont will get it back. Fairmont with the ball now in the front court. Cumberledge down under the basket to Grant. Back to Dobbs, who's driving for a floater, and he floats it in. Basket for the Polar Bears, Zykeus Dobbs. And there's a steal by Claybrook right at the midcourt stripe, and he gets it over to Grant. Grant gets it to Dobbs. There's another floater. This one's short, and Dobbs gets his own rebound. Dobbs drives through the lane from left to right. Gets it to Claybrook. 17 feet out. Rims out. There's Cumberledge. He can't get the ball back up to the basket. It's knocked out of his hands. Out of bounds, and out of bounds to the Tigers. So the Tigers get the basketball. And they'll bring it up from right to left against some Polar Bear pressure. Still in the backcourt. Tigers in trouble, and there's a 10-second violation, and the Polar Bears get it on the Tiger turnover. So Fairmont with a basketball, sidelines, front court. Claybrook passes it in to Dobbs. Dobbs at the top of the key. Dribbles down to the right wing. Back it comes now to Grant, left corner. Left wing, Claybrook, top of the key, Dobbs. Elkins back in his zone. Grant on the wing. Left corner, Claybrook. Back out on the left wing now to Butler beyond the three-point line. Butler penetrates, gets it over to Grant, left wing Dobbs. He drives to the basket. He puts it up in traffic, blocked, and a foul is called against the Tigers. Foul will go against DJ Lauk. That'll be his first foul of the game. And at the line to the right, Zykeus Dobbs. On the season, he shoots 65% at the foul line. Free throw is up, and it is good. Always like to give you an update on how many foul shots he's taken. This one will be the 140th of the season, which is almost 100 more than the next Polar Bear player. Second one is good, and Fairmont has a 4-0 lead, and the Tigers will have the ball in the front court. Wanless brings it up court. Picked up by Grant. Polar Bears are man-to-man. Drives down the right wing. Gets it back outside now, stolen away by Grant, and a whistle and a foul called. It's going to go against the Tigers. So Andre Grant gets the steal, and then he's fouled by the Tigers' Levi Wanless. That'll be his first, and the Polar Bears get the basketball. Dobbs across the center line. Looks at that 2-3, goes around to Grant, screen to the right wing, then back to Grant on the left wing. Back top of the key to Claybrook. Bounces it to Grant. Back out top of the key to Dobbs. Right wing Butler, right corner Cumberledge. Feeds it to Dobbs in the lane, goes under the basket, banks it up, no good. Gets the rebound, puts it up, and it rolls in good. Zykeus Dobbs has all 6 of the Polar Bears' points, and Fairmont has a 6-0 lead. Tigers bring it up from right to left now. Wanless with it at the top of the key. Wanless passes on the right wing to Boggs. Boggs has Claybrook guarding him, and he's getting a 5 count. Now he drives down the right wing for a shot off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by Cumberledge, and he passes out to Butler, down court to Dobbs. Dobbs driving into the lane from left to right. Gets it on the right wing to Cumberledge. High pass in the left corner, controlled by Butler. Top of the key, Grant gets it. Right wing Dobbs, right corner Cumberledge, back to Dobbs. Lobs it on the left wing to Grant. Top of the key, Butler gets it. He drives inside. Back to Dobbs. 3-point shot. Over the rim, no good. Rebound tip controlled by Cumberledge. He tries to put it back up, and he's fouled under the basket. And the foul is going to go against Brock Holland of the Tigers. Dobbs doesn't shoot a lot of 3-point shots this season. In fact, that's just the 22nd he's taken. He's made just 4, so that's not his game. At the line is Cumberledge, who shoots 67% at the foul line this season, and the first one rolls in good. First player other than Dobbs to score for the Polar Bears tonight, and it's 7-0. Lauk checks out of the lineup for the Tigers, and into the game comes Aiden Lambert, a 6'5", 300-pounder. Second shot by Cumberledge off the back of the rim, and the Tigers control. It'll be Wanless bringing it up from right to left. He has it at the center circle now. Grant guarding him. Slaps at the ball, and Wanless almost loses it, gets it back. Drives down to the left wing, and he's bumped by Cumberledge, and Cumberledge will pick up the foul, his first. JV game tonight won by the Polar Bears 52-31. Elkins was awaiting a school bus. It didn't show up, so at the last minute, they had to arrange for cars to drive both the varsity and JV team members here. So it started late. They played 6-minute quarters, but the Polar Bears won it. Bounce pass down low, kicked away by Cumberledge, and it'll be out of bounds to the Tigers. Halfway through the first quarter, Fairmont 7 and Elkins nothing. The Polar Bears this season average 67 points a game. Inbounds pass comes from under the basket, and it comes in the right corner to Lambert. Lambert guarded by Cumberledge. Back out on the wing, Holland gets it. Left wing now to Boggs. Boggs against Claybrook, spins down into the lane, puts one up from 7 feet out and scores. Boggs gets his first basket. 7-2, Polar Bears lead. Deep right corner, Grant gets it to Cumberledge in the lane. Left corner, Butler open for a 3. Off the rim, rebound tipped high by Cumberledge, and Trey controls. Brings it back outside. Left wing, Butler drives down inside. Gets it right corner to Claybrook for a 3. It's high off the rim. Rebound controlled by Lambert for the Tigers. And Elkins has the ball. Polar Bears not shooting well on the offensive end right now. Ball comes on the right wing. With it is Boggs. Boggs guarded by Claybrook. Looking for a screen from Lambert. He gets it. And now a 5-second violation is called as Cumberledge stayed with Boggs. So, violation called against the Tigers. And the Polar Bears will have the basketball. The Elkins coaching staff was not very pleased with that call. Deep right corner, Cumberledge gets it right wing to Dobbs. Left wing, Grant. Left corner, Butler gets it back to Grant. He's overplayed, gets around his man, now passes to Dobbs. He gets it back in the left wing to Butler. Back to Grant for a three. Spins out, no good. And the rebound controlled by Holland. The Tigers control in the front court. With it is Boggs. Back outside to Lambert. And the pass deflected out of bounds. Out to the Polar Bears on the far sidelines. Coming into the game now is Lucas D'Angelo for Elkins. He's got the bright orange shoes. You can pick him out in a crowd. And now timeout called by Elkins. 2:47 to go in the first quarter. It's Fairmont Senior 7, Elkins 2 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
The Polar Bears with a 7-2 lead in a low-scoring first quarter. And Fairmont Senior has the ball out of bounds, sidelines in the back court. And Zykeus Dobbs dribbles it up down to the right wing. Drops it off to Cumberledge, who underhands it to Butler, and Grant picks up the loose ball. Dobbs can't hang on to the pass from Butler, and the ball goes out of bounds to the Tigers. Elkins will bring it in play from the sidelines in the backcourt. Fairmont drops out of the full court pressure now, just picking them up at midcourt. Wanless gets it across the center line. Over to Lambert on the left wing. Right wing, Wanless gets it. Top of the key, D'Angelo gets a hard pick from Lambert. And now gives up the dribble and needs help. But he finds a cutter. Wanless going to the basket, and he scores. Wanless gets the field goal. 7-4, Fairmont leads. Left corner, Cumberledge. Back outside, Grant. Right corner, Dobbs. Dobbs cross court to Butler. Top of the key, Cumberledge. Swings it over to Dobbs on the wing. Drives down inside. Now feeds it to Grant. Coming down the wing in traffic. Puts it up no good. And the rebound, Holland for the Tigers. Elkins has the ball. Just inside 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Deep right corner. D'Angelo gets it. Back outside on the wing. Comes to Boggs. Boggs back to D'Angelo. Looks inside. Now drives into the lane. Shovels it on the left corner. Boggs takes it to the basket. Puts it up. It's good, but he's called for traveling. And the turnover gives it back to the Polar Bears. So Fairmont gets the ball. 1:32 to go first quarter. Leading 7-4. Dobbs has 6. Cumberledge 1. That's it for Fairmont. Cumberledge right corner. Back outside now to Butler. Butler gets it top of the key to Grant. Right corner, Trey. Cumberledge goes baseline. Left wing, Dobbs. Top of the key, Grant. Another three, but this one is good. Andre Grant hits his first three. Polar Bears lead it 10-4 on the season. That's Grant's 10th three-pointer. Bears up by 6 now. Driving to the basket is Wanless against Grant. Just throws one up, no good. Rebound Cumberledge, but he throws it away. He tried to hit Claybrook heading down the sidelines, but he threw it a little too far ahead of him, and the ball bounced out of bounds at midcourt. So the Tigers will bring it in play. 58 seconds to go in the quarter. Fairmont has a 6-point lead. Bounce pass comes to Lambert. Lambert back outside, passes it on the left wing. Wanless gets it. Wanless top of the key, Boggs. Boggs drives down the right wing, puts one up off the back of the rim. Dobbs rebounds, poked away from behind by Boggs, out of bounds to the Tigers by the Polar Bears with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tigers going a little zone pressure now. It comes to Grant in the front court. Right wing Dobbs. Dobbs penetrates, gets it back to Claybrook. Left wing Butler. A three from there. Hit is good. Jules Butler gets his first three. And all of a sudden, the Polar Bears have a 13-4 lead and a foul called in the backcourt. Elkins trying to get the ball in play, and Grant is called for a holding foul. Grant gets his first. And Elkins will bring it in play. Wilson checks into the Polar Bear lineup now. He's coming in for Grant for the final 24 seconds. Full court pressure for the Bears. In it comes to Holland. Holland gets it back to Boggs. Boggs against Claybrook. Two number ones as Boggs dribbles it into center circle now. On the left wing to Holland with 12 seconds. Holland one-hands it over to Boggs. 8 seconds overplay. Steal by Cumberledge. 5 seconds. Drives for the layup. No good, but he's fouled. Cumberledge went down hard, and Boggs went over to try to help him up, but Cumberledge had his teammates there to pick him up, and Boggs picks up the personal foul. That'll be his first. It wasn't a terribly hard foul, but Cumberledge was in the air going to the basket, and he went down. Cumberledge shooting 2 shots at the line to the right. First one is up, and it is no good. Bounced high off the rim and then bounced out. 3.7 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Polar Bears lead by 9. Cumberledge will try to make it 10 with his second foul shot, and it spins out as well. Rebound Claybrook, his follow at the buzzer. It rolls in good, and that's the end of the first quarter from Fairmont. It's the Polar Bears 15, the Elkins Tigers 4 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes.
For the ball on the left wing to Wanless, over to D'Angelo in the corner. Ball comes back outside now to Boggs, who penetrates, misses the shot, but Cumberledge gets the rebound. Lead outlet pass to Grant. He drives for the layup, and he scores. Grant gets the basket. A lot of credit to Cumberledge on that outlet pass, though, that led him perfectly for the layup. Fairmont 17, Elkins 4. One-hand pass comes to Lambert, and he is fouled by Cumberledge, and that will be his second. Claybrook comes in. Cumberledge comes out at the 7:23 mark of the second quarter, and the Tigers with the ball out of bounds, sidelines front court. Also into the game now, A.J. Friedman for Elkins. D'Angelo gets the pass, and he gets it to Holland, who goes for the shot under the basket. No good, but he's fouled. Brock Holland puts the first one up, and it rattles in good. One more shot for Holland at the line to the left, and this one is good. And the Polar Bears lead at 17-6. Into the front court comes Butler, drives under the basket, gets it deep left corner to Wilson. Back outside, no, feeds it in the lane to Dobbs. He spins to the basket, and he's hit hard as he goes for the shot. So Zykeas goes back to the foul line. He's 2 for 2 tonight with 6 points. He scored the first 6 points of the game, but he hasn't been involved in the last 11 that the Polar Bears have scored. So he'll try to change that now, and the first one is good. Fairmont 18, Elkins 6. We mentioned this Tiger team played the Polar Bears in the semifinals of the state tournament last season, with Fairmont winning by 19. Second shot by Dobbs is good, and the Polar Bears lead 19-6. Into the front court comes Friedman. He gets it on the far side now to Boggs. Boggs guarded by Claybrook. Gives up the dribble, passes to D'Angelo. On the far side, almost on the sidelines in front of the Polar Bear students. Back out it comes now to Lambert. Lambert standing on the three-point line. He's not a threat from there. Back to D'Angelo, deep right corner. Holland back to Lambert. He's backing in against Dobbs. Can't get closer. Holland tries a three. It's good. Brock Holland hits the three. Fairmont leads 19-9. Here's Grant driving to the basket, and as he does, a foul is called against the Tigers. Foul called against Lucas D'Angelo. So that sends Grant to the foul line for the Polar Bears. 75% foul shooter. That makes him the best on the team this season. He'll shoot 2 shots. First one is up, and it is good. 6 points tonight for Grant. Averages 14 a game. Also strong on the defensive end for Fairmont. Comes up with lots of steals. He'll shoot one more, and he is a senior. Spins the ball up with the right hand, and it swishes through, and the Polar Bears now lead it 21-9. Friedman in the back, or D'Angelo rather, in the backcourt against Butler. Drives across the center line. Along the far sidelines, gives up the dribble, now needs help. And the pass on the far side, overplayed, knocked out of bounds by Claybrook. It'll be Griffin Boggs to bring it in play. Boggs has good height. He's a ball handler, but stands about 6'4". Gets the ball on the right wing and is called for traveling as he started to make a move. Second time Boggs has been called for shuffling the feet. Cumberledge checks in. Wilson out with 6:13 left in the first half. Fairmont with the ball. Grant right corner. Cumberledge back outside to Dobbs. Dobbs back to Cumberledge. Wide open three-point shot. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound tipped around, and the Tigers control. Holland gets it up court to Friedman. Friedman down to the left wing. Drives down the wing for the basket. Stops. Has the ball slapped away by Grant. He gets it back. And now the ball stolen by Claybrook. He will drive for the layup from the right side and bank it in. Darrell Claybrook hits it. Fairmont has a 23-9 lead. 5:40 left, second quarter from Fairmont. Senior night tonight, honoring 3 Polar Bear basketball seniors. D'Angelo gets it on the right wing, about 5 feet beyond the three-point line. Now drives through the lane from right to left and gives up the dribble under the basket. Needs help with his back to the basket. Bounces it to Friedman in the corner. Friedman dribbles it back out now to the left wing. Guarded by Grant. He'll pass in the corner to Boggs. Down inside, his pass overplayed by Cumberledge and knocked out of bounds. Boggs checks out. Into the game comes Dylan Heinzman. And it'll be Heinzman to bring it in from under the basket. Left corner, Friedman. Friedman against Grant. Deep left corner, Holland. A three from there. Off the rim. No good. Rebound, Claybrook to Dobbs. Down court to Grant. Grant heading for the basket but can't get to the ball. And it's out of bounds to the Tigers under the Fairmont basket. So Elkins will bring it up. Tigers in the orange uniforms tonight with black trim. Polar Bears in the white. Friedman to the right wing. Top of the key, Holland. Holland drives around a Lambert pick, but not a legal one. He's called for the offensive foul. Aiden Lambert. Big guy with 300 pounds of him, and he moved a little too much on that screen attempt, and the Polar Bears get it back, up by 14. Butler has it at the top of the key now. Butler dribbles down to the right wing, right corner for Cumberledge. Cumberledge back to Butler. Butler left wing, Grant. Grant swings it over to Butler on the right wing. Jules gets it to Dobbs. Dobbs penetrates down inside, floats one up, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Grant. Grant gets it over to Butler. Open three, right wing, it's good. Butler gets his second Basket of the night. The Polar Bears lead it 26-9. In the front court, Holland fires a three, no good. Rebound controlled by the Polar Bears' Butler. Down court it comes to Dobbs. Dobbs drives down for the basket, and a whistle and a foul called. It will go against the Tigers. Butler on that last shot was a three-pointer from the left wing. That gives him 6 points tonight. Dobbs shooting at the line to the right. Scoreboard says 26. I believe it should say 27. Free throw is up and it is good by Dobbs. 27-9. Polar Bears have the lead. One more shot coming for Dobbs, and it is good. And the Polar Bears lead at 28-9. Into the front court comes Friedman. Friedman against Grant. Bounces it down low to Holland. Back to the basket. Holland's pass deflected by Dobbs. Picked up by Barker. Barker into the front court. Gets it to Grant. Grant lobs it deep. Left corner. Cumberledge gets it over to Dobbs. Grant on the right wing. Back out to Dobbs. Drives down into the paint. Backs in. Puts one up right-handed. No good. Rebound controlled by D'Angelo. Tigers have it. Friedman into the front court. Friedman down the far sidelines. Drives down to the right wing. All the way for the basket. Lays it up. Misses the shot. Tipped out by Grant. Controlled by Cumberledge. Cumberledge 2-on-1. Dobbs back to Cumberledge. Trey lays it up left-handed and puts it in. Cumberledge gets the basket, and Elkins wants a timeout. Timeout Tigers, 3:12 to go. First half, the score. Fairmont Senior 30, Elkins 9 on Fun 93.1.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99. Or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Polar Bears with a 30-9 lead, 3:12 to go in the second quarter, and the ball is out of bounds to the Tigers. D'Angelo has the ball in the backcourt, and he dribbles up to the left wing. Now, down under the basket. Double team, gets it back outside to Holland. Holland likes to shoot the outside shot, passes back to Friedman. Friedman guarded by Grant. Inside 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Polar Bears lead 30-9. D'Angelo, left wing, guarded by Barker. Drives down inside against him, puts one up high off the glass, no good. Rebound Cumberledge. Cumberledge down court to Dobbs, streaking for the basket. He lays it up left-handed and scores. Dobbs gets the basket. He has 3 baskets, 6 foul shots, a total of 12 points. And the Tigers have the ball trailing 32-9. Friedman with the ball at the top of the key. Out on the right wing to Lauk. And an offensive foul called against the Lauk. Claybrook draws the charge. Offensive foul, so the ball is out of bounds to the Polar Bears, even though that is the 5th team foul against the Tigers. So Fairmont has the ball in the front court now. Down to 2:15 to go. Fairmont on top, 32-9. Dobbs over to Barker. Barker bounces it to Wilson, back to Butler. Down in the corner to Claybrook, back to Butler. Left wing Wilson, left corner Barker. Kalen passes to Butler, who gets it to Dobbs, who goes down the baseline under the basket. Nice pass to Claybrook in front of the boards. And Darrell Claybrook lays it in. Fairmont 34, Elkins 9, a minute 47 to go. Cumberledge and Grant on the bench for the Polar Bears now. Outside with it is Friedman. Friedman against Wilson, getting a 5 count. Almost falls down with the ball. Now needs help. Bounce pass comes along the baseline. Inside to Lauk, misses the shot, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes to the Polar Bears. Jules Butler, his first. And at the foul line is DJ Lauk. First free throw is up, and it is off the back of the rim, no good. One more shot coming for Lauk at the line to the left. And this one is good. And the Polar Bear lead is 34-10 with 1:33 to go. We're winding down the first half on senior night here at the Fairmont Fieldhouse. Here's Dobbs in the left corner to Barker. Barker back outside to Grant. Right wing Wilson. Left corner Dobbs. 1:21. Clock turning as Barker gets it in the right corner. Back outside it comes now to Grant. Over to Dobbs, who drives down the baseline. Back to Grant on the right wing. Top of the key Barker. Left wing Wilson. Wilson, high pass. Dobbs just put his hands up like saying, where in the world is that one going? And it went out of bounds over his head. It's like the quarterback trying to avoid a sack. And the ball thrown out of bounds. And the Polar Bears on defense now. 1:07 to go. Elkins with the ball down 34-10. Polar Bears led after one quarter 15-4. Bounce pass comes to Holland on the wing. Top of the key, Boggs. Left wing, Wanless. Down low to Holland. Back to the basket. Back top of the key now. Comes to Heinzman. Heinzman looks for a cutter. Nobody there. Guarded closely by Wilson. Back to D'Angelo on the right wing. 40 seconds to go. D'Angelo against Barker. Now he hits Holland, cutting to the basket. His shot blocked by Dobbs, and a whistle and a foul call. Zykeus Dobbs picks up the foul. Drive to the basket. Zykeus blocked the shot, and he gets called for the foul. At the line. First free throw is up, and it is good. That's Wanless. Levi Wanless gets his first free throw of the night, puts it in, and he'll shoot one more. He has 3 points, and this one is good. 32 seconds to go. Polar Bears have the ball. Up by 21. It's 34-13. Dobbs dribbles it up. He's picked up at the center circle. Picked up there by Boggs. Over to Barker on the right wing. Down to 18 seconds to go. Wilson gets it. Wilson cross court to Grant. 12 seconds to go. Top of the key to Dobbs. Left wing Grant. 9 seconds. Grant shovels it to Dobbs. Zykeus penetrates for the basket. Stops. Puts it up short. Rebound. Batted around. Grant gets it. 1 second to go. Puts it up off the back of the rim, and he's fouled. And he'll shoot 2 shots as the time had run off the clock. 2 shots coming for Grant. Levi Wanless called for the foul. There was no question that there was a foul. Wanless helping Grant up from behind. Time's already expired here in the second quarter, and Andre will shoot 2 shots. First foul shot is up. It is good. 8 points tonight for Grant, and he'll shoot another one at the line to the right with the Polar Bears leading 35-12. Coming up tomorrow here at the Fieldhouse, East-West girls basketball. We'll have that one on 93.1 beginning at 1:50. Tip-off is 2 o'clock. Second free throw by Grant is good, and it's halftime at the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse with the score. The Fairmont Polar Bears 36, the Elkins Tigers 12, and the halftime report is coming up next on Fun 93.1.
I'm Keith Powell, and going on right now is my Keith Says Yes Fest. I'm saying yes to lowering your payments, yes to your trade-in, regardless of condition, miles, even if you're still making payments. My Keith Says Yes credit approval process helps me say yes, you're approved. So if you want new Chevys, yes. New Fords, yes. Lifetime warranty, yes. Come see me, Keith Powell at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
It was a little bit of a slow start for Fairmont Senior tonight. They couldn't score in the first quarter, just 7 points with a couple of minutes to go, but then they went on a nice run to take a 15-4 lead into the first quarter break. And the second quarter, more of the same, but Fairmont a little more efficient offensively, scoring 21 points. The Tigers could only manage 8, and that means Fairmont's halftime lead is 36-12. This has been a rough year for the Tigers, a record of 3 wins and 10 losses coming into this game tonight. There is one out-of-conference opponent. They did play Winfield, and they won that game 48-39. The Polar Bears also played Winfield early in the year. That was just after Christmas, and the Polar Bears won that one 61-43. They've had some other games that they've been in, but the RCB game they lost by 12. They beat Lincoln 56-45. Then they had a big loss the last time out to Bridgeport, 61-37. So it's been a rough year for the Tigers coming off that state tournament appearance of last season. And this season, things not going as well, 3-10. And, of course, the Polar Bears on the opposite side of that with an undefeated mark here in the 14th game of the season. I had mentioned earlier that Fairmont has a 4-game winning streak against the Tigers. Elkins beat the Polar Bears on their home court back in 2020. But their last win here in Fairmont was in 2005. And that was a 68-63 win. So it's been a long time since the Tigers have had success on this floor, and the Polar Bears looking to keep it that way here tonight. Let's take a look at what's coming up next for both of these teams. First, let's talk about what's coming up next for the Polar Bears, because it's the marquee game in Class AAA coming up on Monday, as the number 1 Polar Bears will take on the number 2 Shady Spring Tigers. That game is set for an odd start time. It's 6:45. You don't want to come out at 7:30 for that game, because you will probably have missed the entire first half. So 6:45 is game time, and so that means that 6:35 is airtime for the matchup with Shady Spring here at the Fairmont Fieldhouse. In case you're wondering about the Tigers, they're ranked number 2 in Class AAA. They have a record of 10-2, and their 2 losses to Morgantown, 56-47, and Bluefield, that one a little bit of a surprise, 75-59. And here's the other interesting thing about this Shady matchup with the Polar Bears. They will play every day next week, as they'll play the Polar Bears on Monday, they'll play Bluefield on Tuesday, they'll play Princeton on Wednesday, Graham, Virginia on Thursday, and Greenbrier East on Friday. So you talk about packing the games in. They've got 5 games in 5 days, leading off with a big one here against the Polar Bears at the Fairmont Fieldhouse. That one is set for this coming Monday. How about the Tigers? Well, after tonight, it'll be a game on Monday, as the Tigers will play on the road at Hampshire. So a lot of strange game nights A lot of that has to do with the postponements that we've had this season. After the Hampshire game, the Tigers will play on the road at Philip Barber. And speaking of after the Shady Spring game at home, the Polar Bears will travel to North Marion to take on the Huskies. That will be Wednesday night, and then Friday night we'll play back here against RCB. So it's a 3-game week next week, but not the back-to-backs that we've had this week. When we come back, it'll be time to check the first half scoring and get ready for the start of the second half. It's halftime at the Fairmont Fieldhouse with the score. The Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 36 and the Elkins Tigers 12 on Fun 93.1.
I'm Keith Powell, and going on right now is my Keith Says Yes Fest. I'm saying yes to lowering your payments, yes to your trade-in, regardless of condition, miles, even if you're still making payments. My Keith Says Yes credit approval process helps me say yes, you're approved. So if you want new Chevys, yes. New Fords, yes. Lifetime warranty, yes. Come see me, Keith Powell at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Yep. That's good. Okay, that'll be fine. Nice guy. Okay. Halftime winding down here at the Fairmont Fieldhouse. Scoring at the first half, Zykeas Dobbs has 12 to lead all scorers. Andre Grant with 9, 6 for Jules Butler, 6 for Darrell Claybrook, and 3 for Trey Cumberledge. On the other side for the Tigers, Brock Holland has 5. Levi Wanless has 4. 2 points for Griffin Boggs and 1 point for DJ Lauk. Team totals: Fairmont with 8 twos, Elkins with 2. 3-point baskets, the Polar Bears have 3, the Tigers have 1. At the foul line, Fairmont Senior 11 of 14, and Elkins is 5 for 6. Everybody just about back in their seats now for the start of the second half. Fairmont and Elkins. Mentioned earlier the JV game tonight, won by the Polar Bear JVs 52-31. Starting for the Polar Bears in the second half, it's the original starting 5. That's Grant, Butler, Claybrook, Cumberledge, and Dobbs. And it comes to Butler, and Jules dribbles it up court. Polar Bears with the basketball first. Shooting at the stage end of the field house here. The ball comes to Butler, top of the key to Grant. Grant bounces it over to Dobbs on the wing against the Elkins zone. Right wing Butler. Jules penetrates, bounces it in front of the basket to Dobbs, and he puts it in. Dobbs gets the basket, and Butler gets a nice assist, and the Polar Bears lead it 38-12. Tigers with the ball. Wanless guarded by Grant. Outside. He passes in the left corner. Heinzman gets it back outside to Holland. Back to Heinzman. Left corner now. Driving to the basket and losing the basketball. The Tigers Wanless. With it is Cumberledge. Gets it to Butler. Butler drives up, misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by the Tigers' Lauk. Lauk will bring it up court from left to right. Into the front court. Comes now to Boggs. Boggs against Claybrook. Backs in. Now puts one up in traffic, no good, and a whistle and a foul called against Trey Cumberledge. And that'll be his third. So the Tigers will send Brock Holland. No, that's going to be Griffin Boggs to the foul line. He has 2 points tonight, and he'll shoot 2 shots. First one is up off the left side of the rim, no good. Second shot. And it is good. So he gets 1 of 2. And the Polar Bears have the ball up 38-13. Grant, right wing Dobbs, cross court to Butler. Butler sees an opening, then passes back outside to Cumberledge, top of the key. Dobbs, right corner Grant. Goes baseline under the basket, now bounces it out to Butler. Top of the key Dobbs. Dobbs swings it over to Claybrook. Back to Butler, 3-point shot from the wing. It rolls off the rim, no good, and the rebound knocked out of bounds, and a foul called on the rebound on Cumberledge, and that will be his 4th. So Cumberledge will take a seat, and replacing him is Chris Wilson with 6:33 to go in the third quarter. Tigers down 38-13, have the basketball now, and Wanless brings it into the front court. Heinzman, left corner Holland. Holland guarded by Dobbs, man-to-man. Now shovels it back out, poked away by Claybrook. Picked up by Boggs. Down inside, it comes under the basket. And a shot put up no good by Lauk. And the Polar Bears, Dobbs comes down with the ball in the front court to Claybrook. Driving down the right wing, stops and bounces it down low to Dobbs under the basket. Double teamed. He turns. He tries to put it up. His shot is tied up. Alternate possession is the call. Ball belongs to the Tigers. It'll go as a Fairmont turnover. Zykeas tried to put it up, but it was blocked before he could get it out of his hand. So technically that's not a blocked shot. That's just a turnover against the Polar Bears. Goes as a held ball, alternate possession. Ball belongs to Elkins. 5:50 to go, third quarter. Polar Bears up 38-13. Wanless with it on the right wing, dribbling in front of his bench. Back it comes now to Holland. He drives for the basket, and he banks it in from the left side, and a foul called against Fairmont. It'll be Chris Wilson picking up his first foul, and Brock Holland will go to the foul line for the Tigers. He's got 7 points tonight. And he's 2 for 2 from the foul line. And the foul shot spins out, but the rebound is pulled down by Boggs. He turns and scores. Boggs gets the basket, and the Tigers trail 38-17, 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Timeout called by the Polar Bears. Timeout Fairmont, 5:34 left. Third quarter, it's Fairmont Senior 38, Elkins 17 on Fun 93.1.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Fairmont has the basketball now with a 38-17 lead. Butler gets it to Dobbs, shovels it over to Wilson. Wilson, top of the key to Butler, back to Grant, drives down into the lane, puts one up in front of the basket, but it bounces out, and Holland has the rebound. Tigers have it up court from left to right. Into the front court it comes to D'Angelo, deep in the right corner, guarded by Grant. Drives through the lane from right to left now to the basket, under the basket. Can't get a shot off, but tries to hit Wanless, and he is tied up, but a whistle And a held ball is called, and it'll belong to the Polar Bears. That'll be an Elkins turnover. And Fairmont gets it with 5:01 to go in the third quarter. And the Polar Bears on top 38-17. Fairmont led at the half 36-12. Dobbs has it on the right wing now to Jules Butler, a sophomore. He gets it top of the key to Wilson. Left wing Claybrook, left corner Dobbs. Dobbs back to Grant. Grant beyond the three-point line. Passes to Dobbs, who drives down the baseline. Puts one up, blocked, and Dobbs gets the rebound. Dobbs brings it back outside on the dribble. Now penetrates for the basket, lays it up left-handed and scores. Zykeus Dobbs gets the basket. Polar Bears lead at 40-17. 4:32 to go here in the third quarter from Fairmont. Tigers with the ball. Wanless gets it right wing to D'Angelo. D'Angelo looks inside, gets it deep right corner to Boggs, fakes the three against Claybrook. Now backs in, puts one up off balance and scores from about 10 feet out. Boggs gets his third basket of the night. Polar Bears lead 40-19. Dobbs drives down the right wing, passes back to Butler. Butler, left wing Wilson, left corner Claybrook. He goes baseline for the basket, lays it up, misses the shot. Holland has the rebound. Outlet pass down court to D'Angelo against Grant, and Grant pokes the ball away, out of bounds to the Tigers. Nice defensive play by Andre Grant, keeping a layup out of the picture for the Tigers there. Just reached in and knocked the ball away. In it comes on the right wing. Wanless, deep right corner now to Heinzman. Short corner to Holland. Back it comes now. Wanless fires one from 17, no good. Claybrook rebounds into the front court to Dobbs. Dobbs 3-on-3. He hits Wilson, and he lays it up for the layup. Chris Wilson gets the basket, and a violation on the inbounds against the Tigers, and the Polar Bears will have the ball. Chris Wilson getting that basket. That was a nice pass inside by the Polar Bears. Zykeus Dobbs in traffic, and Wilson laying it up. Polar Bears up 42-19. Dobbs short left corner back to Butler. Back top of the key, Grant swings it over to Wilson. Right corner Claybrook. Back to Butler. Butler penetrates, gets it back now to Claybrook. Top of the key, Dobbs. Zykeus drives for the basket, feeds it off nicely to Claybrook, coming down the baseline, and a foul called against the Tigers. Ball out of bounds to Fairmont. The foul goes to Wanless. And it comes into Claybrook. Out on the left wing to Butler. Butler, left corner Claybrook. Back now to Butler. Top of the key, Dobbs. Right wing, Grant. Grant back outside now to Butler. Left wing, Claybrook gets it. Left corner, Dobbs. Dobbs, top of the key to Grant. Back on the wing. Dobbs gets it. He drives through the lane from left to right in traffic. Puts it up no good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line shooting two. Zykeus has 16 points tonight. He's moved into third place on the all-time Polar Bear scoring list. Just ahead of him, Babe Stingo and Kevin Everhart. Dobbs to shoot two. First one rolls in good. Been a lot of action on the rim tonight with a lot of shots that seem to be rolling around, and some go in and some don't. But that one managed to drop through. He's now 7 for 7 at the foul line tonight. Barker in for Grant for the Polar Bears at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Kalen Barker, he's a senior. Second shot by Dobbs, off the back of the rim, no good. Tigers have the rebound. Holland hands it off. And Boggs will bring it up from left to right. Claybrook on him in the back court. Now he gets double team pressure, gets it to Holland. Hard pass, right corner. D'Angelo has a wide open three, and he puts it in. D'Angelo gets his first basket, and it's a three-pointer. Fairmont leads 43-22. Here's Butler heading to the basket at full speed, and a foul called against the Tigers. Jules had one thing on his mind that time, and that was getting to the basket. And Brock Holland was in the way, and he picks up the foul. And Butler will go to the line for the Polar Bears to shoot two. On the season, he is 50% at the foul line, but he's only shot 16 times. First one is up, and it is good. Butler has 7 points tonight for the Polar Bears. Jules has played a lot of minutes. 369 minutes this season. The most is Dobbs at 393. The second one is no good, and the Tigers have the rebound. And Friedman will bring it up into the front court. Down to about 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Polar Bears have doubled up the Tigers. It's 44-22. Out on the left wing, Heinzman one-hands it to Friedman on the right wing. Down inside, knocked down by Dobbs. Picked up by Claybrook, and he gets it up to Wilson. Wilson into the front court to Butler. Butler takes it down the right wing and gets it back outside to Dobbs. Dobbs drives down the right wing, puts it up no good, but he is fouled. And Zykeas goes back to the line. He has 17 points tonight, averages 25 a game. And in his career with the Polar Bears, he scored over 1,500 points. First one is up, and it rolls in good. Fairmont leads 45-22. The Tigers have Andrew Heinzman checking in now for Holland. He's a 6'3" junior. One more shot coming for Zykeas, and it is good. Been really good at the foul line tonight for Fairmont, and the Polar Bears have a 46-22 lead. Down to 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Friedman passes on the right wing. It's taken there by D'Angelo. Left wing now. That's Heinzman, Dylan Heinzman. Over to D'Angelo in the corner. Back to Friedman. Polar Bears in a little bit of a zone now. Right wing, Dylan Heinzman. Now the Polar Bears will shift from the zone to the man-to-man. Here's Friedman driving in against Barker. He's in the lane. He tries to get a pass inside, stolen away by Dobbs. Dobbs driving 2-on-1 for the basket, and he lays it in. Zykeas Dobbs turns the Polar Bears steal into a basket, and the Polar Bears lead at 48-22. A minute 20 to go here in the third quarter. D'Angelo on the right wing, dribbles back out beyond the three-point line. Polar Bears go into a zone. Pass inside, knocked down, stolen away by Kalen Barker. He gets it to Dobbs. Dobbs down to the left wing. Feeds it over on the right wing to Butler. Right corner three-point shot by Wilson is no good. There's Claybrook with a rebound. He follows no good. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. D'Angelo outlet to Dylan Heinzman, and he'll lay it in. Heinzman gets his first basket. Fairmont leads 48-24 with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Claybrook gets it over to Wilson. Top of the key, Butler. And Fairmont will go maybe for the last shot of the third quarter. So we're down now to 33 seconds to go. Butler just standing with the ball at the center circle. Over to Barker, left corner Dobbs. Dobbs, Wilson, Claybrook, Barker, and Butler in the lineup now for Fairmont. That means Cumberledge and Grant, starters, sitting on the bench. Down to 16 seconds now. Dobbs has it at the foul line. Bounces it back outside to Butler with 12. Butler, deep right corner, Dobbs. 7 seconds to go. Dobbs back out to Butler, top of the key. Moves in closer from 17. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Boggs. That's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters from the Fairmont Fieldhouse, it's the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 48, the Elkins Tigers 24 on Fun 93.1.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
I'm Keith Powell, and going on right now is my Keith Says Yes Fest. I'm saying yes to lowering your payments, yes to your trade-in, regardless of condition, miles, even if you're still making payments. My Keith Says Yes credit approval process helps me say yes, you're approved. So if you want new Chevys, yes. New Fords, yes. Lifetime warranty, yes. Come see me, Keith Powell at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
We're headed to the fourth quarter at the Fairmont Fieldhouse with the Polar Bears with a big lead. It's 48-24, and the Tigers will have the basketball to start quarter number 4. Fairmont lineup: Butler, Grant, Claybrook, Cumberledge, and Dobbs. And the Tigers have Dylan Heinzman. Also in the game is A.J. Friedman, They have D'Angelo in there along with Holland. And the ball stolen away. Dobbs has it. Dobbs driving for the basket from the right side, and he puts it in. Dobbs has 23 points, and the Polar Bears now lead it 50-24 with 7:35 to go in the game. Friedman with the ball for the Tigers. Friedman against Grant. Gives up the dribble, now needs help because Grant's on him very closely. And he passes out to the top of the key now to Andrew Heinzman. Heinzman against Claybrook. Backdoor pass comes to Holland down the baseline. Puts it in, and he's fouled. That was not Holland, that was Boggs. Boggs gets the basket. And Jules Butler gets the foul. His second. And at the line for the Tigers is Griffin Boggs. He's had a good second half for Elkins with 7 points. He'll try to get his 8th point of the second half and 10th in the game, and he does. So he's in double figures, and Fairmont leads it 50-27. Dobbs in the front court. Under the basket, Claybrook all alone, and he lays it in. Durrell has his 8th point of the night, another assist for Dobbs, and the Polar Bears lead 52-27. Andrew Heinzman along the baseline. Passes back out to the top of the key now. Gets it to Dylan Heinzman. Dylan on the left wing to Andrew Heinzman. Heinzman against Claybrook, loses the ball. Claybrook comes away with it, and he's going to be called for traveling. Tried to secure the ball as he was falling down, and he's called for traveling. So that's one of those crazy situations where you get a steal, and then you get a turnover. And we're right back where we started from. And the steal looks better on your stat line than the turnover does. And there's a timeout called by the Tigers. 6:49 to go, fourth quarter from Fairmont. It's the Polar Bears 52, Elkins 27 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier, and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Elkins has the ball. The clock shows 6:49 to go in the fourth quarter. The Tigers will bring it in play from the sidelines in the front court. D'Angelo to get it in. D'Angelo looks, then passes back to Wanless. Levi Wanless dribbles the ball around the screen from Heinzman. Deep right corner. Dylan Heinzman gets it. Now back to D'Angelo. D'Angelo drives to the basket. Now in the lane. Tries to find something to do with it and gets it in the deep left corner to Heinzman. Dylan Heinzman beyond the three-point line. Back out top of the key now. Gets it to D'Angelo. Polar Bears go shift from zone to man now. D'Angelo with it against Butler. Drives inside, stops, feeds it over on the wing. Ball knocked loose along the sidelines and picked up by the Tigers. Lob under the basket comes to the Tigers, and the pickoff by Grant gets the turnover and drives to the basket and scores. Andre Grant gets the basket, poking the ball away and taking it down and scoring, and Fairmont leads 54-27. Tigers have the ball in the front court now. Wanless passes to D'Angelo. D'Angelo brings it back outside with a pass to Boggs at the top of the key. Boggs drives to the baseline against Cumberledge. Now stops, and he tries to hit a cutter. That's Wanless, and Grant overplays it and knocks it out of bounds. 5:36 to go in the game. Fairmont leads at 54-27. And it'll be brought in play under the Tiger basket. Dylan Heinzman to get it in. Dillon tries a short pass, and he does. He gets it to Boggs for a turnaround 17-foot shot, no good. Cumberledge scores the rebound to Dobbs. Dobbs into the front court for the Polar Bears, and his pass comes to Butler. He goes down the baseline, feeds it to Grant. He spins in front of the basket, lays it in. Andre Grant from Jules Butler, and the Polar Bears lead at 56-27. Tigers with the ball now. Into the front court comes Wanless. Wanless on the right wing to Boggs. Boggs against Cumberledge, who's playing with 4 fouls. Outside with it is Wanless. Wanless against Grant. Drives down the wing all the way for the basket. Just puts it up expecting contact, and he got it. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Grant gets his second. So going to the foul line is Levi Wanless. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight with 4 points. Next time out for the Tigers, it'll be a Monday game on the road at Hampshire. First free throw is good by Wanless. He'll shoot 1 more. And the second one is good. So Wanless remains perfect from the foul line tonight. Polar Bears lead 56-29. There's Butler. Nice pass to Grant. He banks it in. He's fouled and will go to the line looking for the three-point play. Andrew Heinzman gets the foul. Andre Grant the basket, and he goes to the line. Grant having a pretty good fourth quarter now. 6 points, and he'll try to give the Polar Bears a 30-point lead. Spins out, no good, and the Tigers have the rebound. Boggs will dribble it up from left to right. 4:47 to go. Polar Bears up 58-29. There's Boggs getting around Cumberledge, drives to the basket, lays it up, and scores. Boggs hits it. He has 10 points in the second half, and the Tigers trail 58-31. Dobbs hits Claybrook at the foul line. Back to Cumberledge. Cumberledge sees an opening, drives down the lane, and banks it in beautifully. Trey Cumberledge, nice move, and the Polar Bears lead 60-31. 4:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Tigers with the ball in the front court. Dobbs overplays the pass, knocks it out of bounds over the scorer's table. On the other end, that nice move by Cumberledge took him to the basket strong, and he laid it in. On this end, the Tigers have the ball in front of their bench. Comes now to Boggs. Boggs against Dobbs. Back outside to D'Angelo. D'Angelo likes to drive to the basket. He does that, almost travels. Bounces it now down to the baseline. Put up and in good. Nicely along the baseline by Wanless. And the Tigers trail 60-33. The Bears quickly in the front court. Cumberledge in traffic. Puts it up and in. Cumberledge has his third basket of the night. He has 7 points. Fairmont leads at 62-33 with 3:45 to go. Wanless with the ball outside. Barker and Wilson getting ready to check into the Polar Bear lineup. Wanless stops top of the key for a 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound tip controlled by Dobbs. Dobbs into the front court. Has it poked away from behind, and the Tigers have it. D'Angelo back the other way from left to right. Takes it to the right wing. Now dribbles between his legs and starts to make a move around a pick by Boggs. Takes it to the top of the key. Now back to the right. Dobbs on him closely. Gets it in the right corner to Boggs. Boggs against Grant. Moves in closer, spins to the basket, off-balance shot, bounces in rather, good off the rim. So Griffin Boggs gets the basket and a steal, misses the shot, and the rebound controlled by Claybrook, and Claybrook batted in the backcourt. Hit accidentally, but hit pretty hard by Andrew Heinzman. Subs coming in for the Polar Bears now. Damani Johnson, Chris Wilson, and Kalen Barker in, Cumberledge, Claybrook, and Butler out. So still in for the Polar Bears, Dobbs and Grant. And that's the situation with the Polar Bear. The bench has been most recently 8 or 9 players. They do have some JV players dressed tonight, though. Top of the key, Dobbs has it. Dobbs back to Barker. Barker hits Wilson, hits Grant rather. Grant turns, he shoots and scores. Andre Grant, 8 points in the fourth quarter, 17 in the game, and the Polar Bears lead 64-35. Outside with it is Wanless. Got just 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Polar Bears lead it by 29. Top of the key, Wanless has it. Back on the right wing. D'Angelo down under the basket. There's Heinzman making a move but misses the shot. That was Andrew Heinzman. Polar Bears have the rebound in the front court. It comes to Grant. He drives to the basket, misses the shot, but he's fouled and will go to the foul line for the Polar Bears to shoot 2. At the foul line for the Polar Bears is Andre Grant with 2 minutes to go. Free throw is up and in good by Grant. Second shot by Grant is up and it is good. Andre Grant gets both of them and he'll check out of the game. And the Polar Bears have new players in the game. Landon Morris into the game along with Caden Cooper and Matt Blasher. A minute 53 to go. Bears lead 66-35. D'Angelo with the ball. Back at it comes top of the key now to Heinzman. Heinzman lobs it under the basket, but overthrows a wide-open D'Angelo, and the ball is out to the Polar Bears. A minute 42 to go. Morris brings it into the front court. Hits Wilson, left wing Johnson. Cross-court pass to Morris on the right wing. Landon Morris. Where's number 20? His dad's the JV coach. He has the ball top of the key. Now over to Wilson. Deep left corner to Johnson. Damani Johnson back to Wilson, top of the key. 1:18 to go. Bounce pass comes to Johnson, left wing Morris. Lasher with the ball. Back to Morris. Back top of the key now to Wilson. Cooper gets it. Over to Blasher. Ball stolen away. Picked off by D'Angelo. He'll drive for the layup from the right side and put it in. Lucas D'Angelo hits it. 50 seconds to go. Polar Bears lead 66-37. Wilson with it at the top of the key against the Elkins zone. Polar Bears up by 29. Damani Johnson, deep right corner. Johnson crouches over the ball, gets it to Morris, almost into the backcourt. Morris secures it, gets it back to Johnson. 28 seconds left. Morris gets it along the baseline, goes down now, has to bring it right back outside. 18 seconds to go, and Wilson gets it. Left corner, Morris. Morris back top of the key, Johnson, 10 seconds to go. And the Polar Bears will just hold on to the basketball and let time run out. And it is number 14 in a row. Final score from the Fairmont Fieldhouse. The Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 66 and the Elkins Tigers 37. We'll have the wrap-up coming up next on Fun 93.1. Yeah, but have an extra one ready if I need it, okay? Okay. Yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Are we done with our spots? Home tonight, beating the Elkins Tigers by a final score of 66-37. A game the Polar Bears led from the outset, 15-4 at the end of the first quarter, 36-12 at halftime, 48-24 after 3, 66-37 final. So Fairmont Senior outscored the Tigers in each of the 4 quarters to come up with this 66-37 win. Let's check the scoring in the game tonight. For the Tigers, leading the way was Griffin Bond.